So tell us about, I want to hear about the bottom floor first.
Okay.
Because I know that that's something that you guys are really excited about.
We are.
Very, very excited about it. So Bottom Floor came as a passion project. The last year of AV and before COVID, we ended up at a dark leather party type of environment. And I had gathered the troops because I was like, hey, friends, I'm going to go get fisted in the middle of this party and I want you to all be there and watch and like have a good time.
For friendship.
For friendship.
Yeah.
Friendship fisting party.
Yeah, exactly. And we did it and it was great.
It's
it was
super fun.
so much fun. Everybody just like, said no pressure anything scenario. Nobody had to do anything.
There was one main sex act, but because they're, everyone had their hands in the Michael Pie, so to speak. But then like Robbie and Siri just started going at it, like in the corner. And then like some other people and was like, oh, we're like having a spontaneous sex party right here in this like safe, curated, performer-only space.
But at a like dance venue.
Dark
party.
wave.
And so it
goth.
felt like we were there for the dance party.
Right.
This was incidental. And, it brought me back to all the times of like going to Torture Garden or going to like a Faustian Society thing or going
Black
to
Unicorn.
going to these parties that are like very queer and very fetish oriented, but like they're also selling alcohol, so you can't really have sex legally in a way that is conducive to what we wanted to do, which is film everything.
Yes.
And we after years and years of trying to like come up with how to do it and the planning is, we came up with the Bottom Floor.
We got an opportunity through Adulttime to do a director showcase. And they were like, what do you want to do? Could you do something for one of the existing brands? Like Ricky Greenwood did a very involved Pure Taboo episode starring Tommy Pistol with some prosthetics and stuff. They're like, what do you want to do? And we're like, well, it's not a current brand, but it's this. And we kind of pitched the Bottom Floor, which is a pansexual, inclusive sex party. Really, it's not quite a POV, but the main character is engaging with the audience. So the experience the audience is having is like a front row seat to what it's like to go to an underground, performer-only, pansexual, kinky sex party with, in this case, the pilot episode was Siri Doll. And so she's constantly referring back to the camera and being like, okay, let's do this together. I've always wanted to do this. I'm really nervous, but you're going to be with me, right? And so that experience of going with someone, which is an experience we've gotten to share many times, we wanted to bring that to a larger audience and like folks in the middle of the country that may never get an opportunity to go to something like this. Yeah. We wanted to give them an opportunity to feel that feeling because it's a great feeling.
Does the POV person, do they also engage in the sex act? They're just watching.
They're just watching.
So it really is like a voyeuristic.
I am the POV.
Yeah.
Right.
And so there's no sex involved, but there's definite like Siri's looking right into the camera. So like looking right at your eyes and talking to you like you're their partner that went to the party with them. And so you get this like sense of security and enjoyment of watching Siri what's going on also. And going back to non-monogamous, it's like a great way to take a look at non-monogamy for the first time of like seeing your partner that's having such a great time. And then at the end it's like, no, let's go home now. I'm ready to go home with you. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Right. I love that.
It's so fun. And it's so wonderful to create a space because like so many of us, we're show-offs, we're exhibitionists and voyeurs. So to give our community a space to really show off exactly how they want to, but also be in a no pressure situation. It's just like, you don't have to do this like hardcore BDSM thing, but I'm going to come over. And if you're doing something, we would love to capture it on camera. And seeing that spark come up, like we had beautiful Zariah Ora and Nikki Zeal, who are a real life T4T partner, just going at it. Like I was getting like thwacked in the balls so hard. And Nikki was like the only person on the fuck machine, just getting railed and just, seeing people. I've never seen either of them do that on set. And I've had them both on set plenty of times. And it's just like cool to see people kind of bring out their hidden talents or, when given the opportunity to play in a safe environment, like people will give you the world. And it's so beautiful that we got to capture it.
It's a party you can't pay your way into.
No.
Right? Nobody is paying to be there. And so you don't have the same pressure as a performer of like, I have to show off for this person that paid money. There isn't somebody that's there that doesn't know how to look at you without requiring your attention, right? And so they can be there and just watch, and they're not hoping you turn around and look at them and give them that attention.
Right,
it's really a true voyeuristic setting that is safe with people that know how the rules work. And so you don't have to have this like extra layer of armor on you as a performer in a civilian setting, live sex show type of thing. So like we get to create the space for our performer friends to be their authentic selves and have sex the way they really want. It's such a fun, beautiful experience.
And it was really fun to create a kink space that like aesthetically and sort of functionally and it was rooted in something sort of that divests from that heteronormative space.
Yeah.
Like it's not red and black and Edwardian and het doms beating white cis girls. Like that's not the BDSM that we're interested. We're interested in BDSM that comes from the gay underground, the goth underground, the queer people making art and having sex with bravery and freedom. Like that's the bottom floor. And I'm just so glad we got to bring it into the world, and it's getting the recognition that I think it absolutely deserves.
So is it one scene, and like how long is it, and how many like different like how did you film it?
It edited down to 70 minutes.
76
total.
minutes.
76 minutes.
Yeah. And then
we had 3 cameras going, and the way it works is we start the party, and then I follow the guest in as like a POV. And we had the other 2 cameras filming the party. So I get the arrival at the party. We have the party that's happening already. It's like we party for like 3 hours after all said and done. It's like 3 hours straight through, but you don't have to
2 breaks in the middle.
Yeah, you don't have to like keep partying the whole time. You get to like step back and watch and just be in the environment.
Yeah.
Are you not really giving people too much direction? You're just like, here's this environment, do what you want to do, and we're gonna like.
There's one scene that's happening, right?
Okay.
It's a DP scene in the middle of the party.
Okay.
So no matter where you go around 360 looking at the DP scene, the party is in the background.
Right.
Okay.
And that is how we end up capturing so much, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay.
it's really just one sex scene, but there's also so much else going on that it extends it into a thing. So like Siri will be doing, starts with blowjob, starts with a thing over here with this person at this party. And then she walks away for a minute, and you get to concentrate on like the things in between. Then we come back and land on Siri, and it's like, oh, look, she found herself on a sofa with Penny Barber and Dabin Stronk, and now they're fucking over here. And so it's like, it's kind of like a shift in and out.
We have a bunch of like sort of levels of performers. So we have the main event, right? The people who are putting on the live sex show, which again, this is like, I've been to sex parties where it's a similar situation. You have your show, and then you have the folks who are around playing, and then people who are just watching. So got our principal players doing the DP. And then we have like a chorus, sort of, we call them sextras, people who are booked to do, I think they were booked for oral, BDSM, just, not a full rate of you have to do this, but some leeway as our supporting cast. And then we had a supporting cast as like extras who were going to appear in like fetish wear or nudity. And then we had invited guests who were literally no obligation, just there to watch. And we had, testing all above board. I did a 30-person consent talk, and it was crazy, but it was beautiful.
It's
and
like a TED Talk.
Yeah,
totally. It was a definite like fugue state. I don't know how that happened.
Talk about large scale stunt.
Yeah,
right? Like
100%.
you think a gangbang consent talk is a lot? Wait until you're doing a group consent talk.
Yeah.
It's cool though.
Who handled the paperwork?
Pup.
Modest
Pup.
Who also, they got nominated for an award for set decoration.
Art direction for Birth.
cool.
Our production manager, Modest Pup's first any award nomination. So very proud of them. But yeah, they held it down. They hold it down for us always.
When it's funny because as a producer, whenever I hear about like a big gangbang or a big like sex scene, all I think is like paperwork.
Yeah.
Paperwork.
So
Paperwork. All the tests you have to check. The parking. Catering. God, how many bottles of water do you have to bring? Like those are the things that run through my head.
Totally. And I think it really speaks to like it takes a lot of labor to pull off these magical, amazing things that most people just want to like come to and enjoy. We have been in plenty of situations where we've gotten to go and enjoy places. So it's an honor to like put in the work. Like at one point we were talking about doing the next one, and Pup was like, well, are you guys going to? And we're like, no. We're here to make this happen for y'all. Like it's so important. It's important work, and we want it to happen, but it does take a lot. It takes a village. We're already in pre-production for our next one in January, and it takes a lot, but it's worth it.
Yeah, very excited. One of the things that somebody had commented about it that I found interesting is it is a pretty good representation of intox fetish, right? It's a sober event,
right?
But the darkness and the disorientation you feel and the like overwhelming you feel is very much like feels like you're intoxicated at a party watching it all. It's just so much.
Just like sex drunk.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. It looks like it's seedy and scary, but it's actually incredibly safe and above board.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah,
still
yeah.
captured that like, ooh.